record,
Excuse me.
and if you're ready to mute yourself, I will turn on the stream. Are you set? Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a special night because we have the first episode of what I hope will be a series, provided I don't crash and burn on the very first attempt. Tonight, we're not going to be playing games. Tonight, we're just going to be playing mind games. And tonight, I will invite you not to a game board, but to here. The Forge, where I do most of my work. Tonight, chill, relax, sit back, watch chat self-immolate, and we're also going to make a new friend tonight. Ultimately, the goal is going to be to bring in vtubers and we can hang out, talk about subjects. The whole point of it. So it auto-played the audio, so it's kind of ruined things. Hey, buddy, you want to come up here? Hey, come on. Those little fins can do it. Come on, you got it. Come on. Yeah, come on. Yeah! I told you could do it. This is so much better than what happened in rehearsal.
Hey.
All right. So tonight, on the very first episode of Hammering It Out, I have an absolute force of animation. This is HammerTheShark.
Hi. I'm a shark. I need a song.
What? I'm sorry I put a speaker in my eardrum so I can't hear anything. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, is it still going? Okay, never mind. I killed the baby shark music. Okay.
Murder.
Yeah, well, it's artistic murder. I'm sure the Joker would approve. But yeah. So it was so loud. Okay, I'm sorry. Like I said, everything that we're trying tonight, we're trying for the first time. So tonight we're just going to be relaxing, chilling, talking. A few subjects. And we'll be answering questions from chat as well. Oh, look at that. I intentionally lowered my viewer count. I was at 4, now I'm at 1. Baby Shark did that.
Excellent.
So, for those of you who don't know, HammerTheShark is an animator and a D&D player who kind of blew up recently on TikTok thanks to Death by Snoo Snoo. So
I cannot stop it.
No. It has become its own force at this point.
People have started tagging Markiplier in that TikTok, and I'm like, why?
Oh my god. I would imagine that Joe Cat would be a better one to tag in that, honestly. In fact, you know what?
I'm surprised no one's tagged him yet.
Well, you know what? The night is young. How about I fix that?
Oh, goddamn it.
You have no one to blame for this but yourself. You did this.
I don't. I know. I did this to myself.
Let's see. Jokehead.
All I wanted to do was make an animated shitpost for my D&D group, and this is what happens.
Well, congratulations. You have achieved Omega level of shitposting.
Heck.
Okay, so, let's see. So, I guess what we can talk about today is the beginning of your journey, where you started animating, what compelled you to become a VTuber, and how D&D is actually a very good tool for those who are looking into getting into VTubing as well. Because I can personally attest that my character is the result of a D&D brainstorm. So, HammerTheShark.
Yes?
How did you get started in animation?
So I was born in the 90s. So I grew up with, the Disney Renaissance. Like, Beauty and the Beast is still, to this day, my favorite my favorite Disney movie. Wow. Ah, yes, my favorite D&D movie, Beauty and the Beast.
Well, technically, he was a wild form, so...
I consider the Beast a bugbear.
Hey, why not?
But, always grew up with, Land Before Time, the Disney Renaissance,
yeah.
all, the classic animated movies and stuff. Brave Little Toaster, if anybody remembers that. Quest for Camelot. So, I've always loved animation as a medium, as an art form, and it's just something that I always kind of, secretly had a drive to do. Oddly enough, I never did, the whole flip book thing in the margins of a journal or something.
Oh, really?
I had wanted to animate for years, just all the characters living in my head. I want to do something with these. That's where art came from. And then a buddy of mine started using Clip Studio Paint. Because, for the longest part of my artistic career, I had used things like GIMP, Paint, etc. So I finally used GIMP, Clip Studio, and realized software supports animation.
Yeah.
And I animated a ball. That's my first animation.
Yeah, my first animation was a flour sack that tore another flour sack to pieces. Yeah.
Yeah. Balls and flour sacks, the foundational slabs of all animated careers.
It's basically the triangle box circle of animation.
Yeah. And here's the thing that blows everyone's mind. That first animation, that ball, that was 2020.
Wow.
I've only been animating for 2 years.
Wow, that actually fills me with hope because, like I said, I'm trying to do my own art journey. So the fact that you went from bouncy ball to, shall we say, bouncy character in a TikTok video in under 2 years is really quite impressive.
I really was all just YouTube tutorials, kind of figuring things out for myself, asking friends who animate. The only technically a higher education I received on animation, I bought an animation course from Aaron Blaze, who's a former Disney animator.
Aaron Blaze.
That's just a series of video tutorials.
Yeah, Aaron Blaze sounds familiar. I think I probably have run into his stuff before as well.
He directed Brother Bear.
Oh, well, that would explain it. Speaking of brothers, looks like Brother Grimm is calling you out in my chat.
Hi, Brother Grimm.
Hey.
He's in my Discord.
Oh, he is?
Yep.
Nice.
I also shielded you in my Discord.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Supported, nerd.
Get supported. But, yeah, so less than 2 years, you went from bouncy ball to shitpost levels of animation. That's really impressive. How long is nice to see you too, Les. It's nice to see you. How big of an influence has D&D been on the creative process? I know a lot of the animation you do is of D&D characters that that are in your group, but has it played any role in figuring out the flavor of characters that you've done?
Sorta, kinda, sorta. I was the kind of person who they always were like making their own original characters and blah blah blah. And actually, back in high school, I had the idea that I wanted to create my own like fantasy novel series and blah blah blah. I wrote up so much stuff for that, mostly in my head. Like had a whole ensemble cast of characters, and then it just sort of fell to the wayside. So, in a way, like D&D was a good way, for, like a lot of those characters to clean the dust off and find new life.
Yeah, I've experienced the same thing because when I was in a group where we were basically brainstorming characters using D&D for short stories, and the nice thing about it is that if as long as you don't automatically jump to level 20, you can create a fairly balanced character. Like for instance, I've been on Takahata's show a couple of times, and he's talked about how there are so many gods of space, succubi demon lords. It's like you've got nowhere to go after that. If you do a redesign of your character, you're essentially going to have to reset. Whereas my character right here is basically a blacksmith, but she's got a lot in her backstory. So if I wanted to, I could go further and become an adventurer artificer. I could go down the noble path and redesign myself as something regal. Yeah, but I mean, the idea is that D&D is a good tool, not just for playing the game, but for creating fictional characters anywhere. And,
it gets the brain juices going.
Oh yeah, because you start having to give and take, so your characters are balanced. You don't end up with a completely OP character, unless you fudge your dice rolls. But
world can only handle so many Hrothgar the God Killers.
Exactly. But yeah. Let's see. What else was there? You mentioned Clip Studio. You've never messed with Adobe Flash or anything back when it was a thing?
Honestly, no, because I could never afford it. It was so far out of my price range, and I had heard so many people just complaining, one, about Adobe in general, and two, about Flash. I was like, I'm gonna not really.
Yeah, because one animator I've followed for a while, I'm pretty sure you've heard of them, Harry Partridge.
Oh God, Harry Partridge, yes.
Yeah.
I love Harry Partridge.
Yeah. One day Star Blazers will come out. One day. Yeah.
I still remember that one, his Twitter announcement, hi folks, I'm a blandly animated version of Harry Partridge, filling in for live action Harry, who's
an idiot.
Love his stuff.
Don't worry folks, I'm animated, but the pain you feel will be very real. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah, Harry Partridge was the first time I saw someone who had that level of professionalism in his art, but was completely shitposting.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, that's probably why. That's probably why yours hit a nerve so much, because not only was it beautiful, but having that little gnome, monk. Little halfling monk it isn't even, it was audio you pulled from TikTok. It wasn't even
on TikTok.
Yeah, it was audio you pulled. You didn't even create the song, but it was so perfectly synchronized. Everyone thinks, wow, he must be an audio mixer too. And I'm going well, yes, but also no.
No, you can import audio into Clip Studio.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's all I did. I just I saved it as a WAV. I just popped it in, set up some audio timestamps, and boom. Keyframes and in-betweens.
Oh, they're getting an audio from me. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's because I'm on desktop as well, because I'm on a Discord call. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
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 All right, so I don't know if there's much I can do about any additional echo, but hopefully that helped clear it up a little bit.
It's a big forge. There's an echo.
Yeah. Hello. But yeah, I I mean, this is obvious. I mean, obvious. I don't know if this was like a lark on a lark or something, but the fact that you've got your small hammerhead as your VTuber model, that's really cute and original. I got to admit. Was it just like a nickname that you came up with on the fly, or is this something that has some meaning?
You have a comfy chair and a bowl of popcorn ready.
Ooh.
This is a story.
I have my gamer subs.
That works too. So, way back in the bygone year, the ancient times of 2006.
Insert year.
I had received a game from my grandpa for my GameCube that I had at the time.
Ooh.
And it was a copy of Sonic Heroes. I'm pretty sure you can see where it's going from here.
Oh, Sonic Heroes.
Yeah. And little 13-year-old me was really into sharks at the time. And I had just discovered the chaotic wonderland and untamed jungle that is DeviantArt.
Oh.
So little yeah, the piece of
Formative.
Yep. And, so yeah, little 13-year-old me decided I'm gonna make a Sonic OC, and I chose a hammerhead shark because it's wacky. So I drew this really crappy anthropomorphic banana yellow for some reason hammerhead shark, and because I couldn't name things worth a damn, I just called it Hammer. And I made a DeviantArt profile like 2 days later, and finally figured out how to actually like confirm my email address and actually get this page up and running and make it official. And the name just stuck. I had the idea to change it multiple times to like something like like Hammerhead Studios, Hammerhead Productions, because I still do like Hammerhead Sharks. They are cool. They are weird looking animals.
Well, yeah.
I like weird looking things. But like no, it was just it became like such a integral part of like my online presence. I was like, I don't feel right changing this. It stuck around so long, it's here to stay.
Well, I mean, it works perfectly because I mean, not to mention, not to put a pin on it, but the flat face with the eyes is extra cute.
Yeah, I thought about redesigns too, but it's hard to get a head like this in 3D space without having a 3D model.
Well, maybe I mean, you know, I got nothing. I'm sorry. I thought I had a thought, but it kind of derailed and crashed and wiped out the town as it went through.
That's 90% of my life.
Yeah.
But
So I mean, it's really cool. I mean, you were able to basically oh, there it goes. There goes another town wiped out by the train of thought that derailed. But
another funny story.
Oh, please.
Technically speaking, this design that you see here before you today actually evolved from something that I did not create.
Really?
It became my creation, but the building blocks were something that was abandoned by someone else.
Oh, so this original like prototype design was an adoption?
Sorta, kinda, sorta. So, way back, rewind the clock back to DeviantArt again. And you know how like people made those like just burner accounts so you can have like people can have their own like emotes and like just emotes like people can easily do now on Twitch and like Discord and stuff.
Yeah.
I forget where I saw it first. Someone showed it to me, but it was this cute little round fluffy shark called Puff Shark.
Oh.
And I actually think I can probably still find this on DeviantArt, and it overloaded me with how cute it was and how adorable it was. So I was like, I'm going to make this my page avatar. And I just started rolling with it. I started to draw it myself for a few times. Like, this is now my mascot. La 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 la. Thinking, because again, I was young and stupid. People, don't judge me too harshly.
So you literally trolled DeviantArt and screamed mine.
Pretty much. And here's the best part. About a couple of years after I started using it as my avatar, my mascot, the original creator of the Puff Shark sent me a message like, "Wow, I see you're using the Puff Shark. At least someone's getting some mileage out of it. Have fun, buddy." So I got the blessing, and then it just evolved over time because it was a ball. It was like a squishable shark almost. It was like, you know what, this thing it looks more like a great white than a hammerhead. So I tweaked the design a little bit, made it more bean shaped, still kept it fluffy, and you can actually see a bit of that older hammerhead shark design in my my Twitch banner, which that little tuft of hair and the solid black eyes. And that was actually how I originally had my PNG tuber, was that design. And a couple months after I started VTubing, I was like, you know what? I want to change this a little bit and actually make it a fully rigged model.
Right. Well, it came out wonderfully. I mean, this is disturbingly cute for something with sharp teeth and wide eyes.
I almost kept these solid black eyes. Oh. And then I actually decided, you know what? I'm going to look at a reference of a hammerhead shark to get this design on point. Hammerhead sharks have googly eyes.
Really?
Yeah, they have googly eyes. Great whites have solid black eyes, but hammerheads, they got googly eyes.
That's
serious. Look it up. They got googly eyes.
I did. You know what? It's weird. I have a zoo that I take my daughter to all the time, and I never even thought to look at them in the eyes. I assumed that all shark eyes were shark eyes.
No, some sharks actually have cat-like eyes too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Eyes are weird.
Yeah, eyes are weird. Teeth are weird too.
Yeah. I'm I am a shark.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you also have to keep moving, otherwise you can't breathe. But
that's actually not entirely true. There are some areas of the ocean where sharks can actually stop moving and take a breath. Take a breather. If the current is strong enough, as long as water's going over the gills.
Ah. Indeed.
Yeah.
So it's not even Shark Week, folks, and you're getting yourself an education.
Shark facts.
Yeah, shark facts. Oh God! Now I just want to have a random GIF of you going shark facts at the bottom right left of my screen in the middle of my stream, at random it just goes shark facts.
I thought about making a point redeem because I have a shark facts redeem for my channel, but I thought of making a little audio and graphics, so it's like a news flash.
No,
shark facts.
Yeah, or basically like one of those little animated bottom box ads for other shows that they sometimes have on there. Just have them just hop across and go shark facts. that would be cool. I mean, I can't do the same thing with orc facts because spoiler alert, orcs aren't real. Wow, you just lowered the air pressure in the room with that one.
I consume oxygen.
Would you stop hogging all the air?
No.
Oh. But, yeah, so when did the idea to become a VTuber come into the picture?
I had tried my hand at streaming as a face cam, flesh tuber as they are called.
Mm-hmm.
I had tried that on and off a handful of times. Never really took off. Never really got anywhere. I think the most viewers I pulled during that time was 3.
Right.
It was literally just playing games, commenting, and streaming to no one for every time I tried. So it came and went, and then I discovered. The first VTuber I discovered was Juniper. Juniper, I can never say the last part of her name, but the Luna Moth.
Right.
Has a new design every 4 months because they are insane with live 2D.
Yeah, the self artists out there. Acatus?
Actus or Actius, something like that.
Actius.
Yeah, there we go.
Actius. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thanks, Plink.
Yeah.
I'll get names right one day. I swear to God.
What is reading?
But I mean, yeah, the those that actually do their own art that can basically do a redesign is one of the reasons why I want to learn to do this was because I wanted to get some Halloween costumes, but I ended up not being able to afford it, and I'm thinking like, I might as well Thanos this shit.
Yeah, fine. I'll do it. That's what I did.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Yep. But after Juniper, it was I think through her I discovered Taka because I had seen her on Taka streams a few times.
Yeah.
And then it was Red Claw.
All awesome people.
Yep.
I mean,
Red Claw was the final push because they were also the first one that I had actually interacted with, like over DMs and stuff. It's like we both like dinosaurs, we both draw, we both like the buff ladies.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I do want to personally thank you for the art that you made for Lazgar. That was a real treat. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
If the orc wife.
Orc waifu is laifu.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, me personally, when did you do that? That was like 2 months ago, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's pinned in it's in your server. The
Yeah, it's under my Discord under safe for work art.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my first encounter with VTubers was, I mean, I kind of did the same thing. For the longest time, I was trying to do my learn to art stream as a flesh tuber, and it just never really worked out. I couldn't find my I couldn't find my niche, and honestly, my first few streams were like made of cringe, and not the good kind of cringe. I mean the kind of cringe that people would call the cops to make sure I was okay kind of cringe.
Yeah, I mean it can be tricky to get like a footing going or find a groove.
I mean, the thing about streaming is that everyone has an audience. It's just a question of finding it.
Yeah, it's where the hell are they?
Yeah, but one day I was just going through YouTube and I came across Silvervale and I was like, kind of, wow, the fact that she, it was like real time interaction. I was going like, wow, this is amazing. And I mean, it didn't hurt that she was very easy on the eyes. Yeah. But yeah. But I think what finally pushed me into VTubing was watching Iron Mouse and Sea Dog VA interact with each other. Those two would just look like they were having the time of their lives. And reading about, that's what started me looking into VTubing. And then, I was in the D&D story group, and the first character I came up with was kind of like an Aragorn knockoff. It was like, it makes dry toast exciting. That kind of
Little Timmy's first OC.
Little Timmy's first OC, yeah. And playing him a couple of times, I was going like, man, this is exceedingly boring. There's like nothing here. And then, in walks my friend who's playing a goblin cleric. And I'm going like, wow, that's against type. And then, it started brainstorming everyone. Everyone was going against type. And I just kind of hit on the idea of what if orc but makes jewelry?
Yeah.
And then, you just start filling out why would they do that? Well, because of this. Well, why did that happen? Well, because of this. And before you know it, you have a complete backstory that you can't even convey in a single sheet of paper. Yeah.
That's pretty much how Veteran came to be too.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to make a cleric. I was like, you know what? I haven't played an elf yet. So I was mulling it over in my head, like, okay, I want to make an elf character, blah, 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 but I don't want to make, like, the typical elf character. I don't want a Legolas. I don't want a, Galadriel, blah, blah, blah.
You don't want a Skyrim version of Spock.
Yeah, I don't want an Altmer.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is the classical thing that people think of when they have, like, an elven PC in D&D? Okay, well, they are elegant, beautiful, RP British accent, blah, blah, blah. Like, fuck all that. I'm going to make her look like a dork and be Irish as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally why she looks the way she does. She is intended to be like a goofy-looking, dorky character.
Well, congratulations. She's also built like a pyramid.
That was an accident, actually.
How was that
That
an
was
accident?
because
How?
the initial concept I drew of her, she was supposed to be like pretty even and actually a bit more on the slender side. And then I took a step back or went to go get some water, came back to it, sat back down and looked again. I was like, huh, made it kind of thick.
Oh.
Lean.
Fair, yeah.
On leaned into it.
But Vesseren's a good design. But yeah.
Tell that to TikTok.
Oh god, TikTok's got no chill.
Oh, like it's such a weird juxtaposition. I actually had to turn the comments off on that TikTok just because I got so sick of seeing them. Like just the juxtaposition of people going absolutely feral over the Death by Snoo Snoo one, and then we have the one of Vessern dancing, and it is just a sea of people bitching and complaining and blah blah blah. Like, oh, that's so unrealistic. Oh, that's ugly. Blah blah blah. It's like, fuck. Oh,
You just cheered on a dragon that took on human form and a halfling monk.
who's about to get crushed?
Yes, with a smile.
Also,
on
I
their
will
face.
say that TikTok has actually become is actually canonical.
That is canonical now.
The halfling stooped the dragon and lived to tell the tale.
Fortune favors the bold.
Uncio.
Fortune favors the bold.
It do.
But yeah, I mean, what was funny is that everyone really liked the character Lazgar, which by the way, if anyone's interested, the reason where her name came from, it wasn't a supreme revelation. I literally went to Fantasy Name Generator and picked the one that seemed the less weird.
Yeah, that's the default.
And someone half-heartedly said, Lazgar VTuber when? And I kind of like laughed it off, and then all of a sudden it became a brain worm, and 3 months later, aha!
I mean, I totally don't have a model of my own D&D character. That's totally not a thing that I did. Don't worry about it.
Hey!
Yeah, I totally didn't do this. What are you talking about? This doesn't exist. Bye.
Well, I would imagine that for Discord calls for D&D sessions, that actually might. Hey, can you get back on the desk, please?
Maybe.
Okay, thank you. But for Discord D&D calls, I would imagine that's actually really cool. That's a really cool thing to have.
Actually, for the Discord calls, we just use the reactive images. I haven't actually had a chance to actually use it for a session yet.
Oh. Yeah, that was Laura. Yes, it was.
And that was my draconic bloodline sorcerer Laura.
Yeah. You have like
There's also been a lot of action in animation recently.
Yeah, you have like 4 OCs at this point that you've done Mike D&D character sketches for, right?
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, I know you have a notebook full
Oh.
of other characters.
If they're not a PC, they're an NPC in my campaigns.
Yeah. But
There are a lot.
It must be really easy to brainstorm characters when you have like a creation tool like. I mean, have you been using D&D Beyond at all?
Oh yeah, that is my bread and butter.
Yeah, I've been doing the same thing. Testing out new builds, NPCs, things like that. I've also been looking into World Anvil and other things.
I've tried to use World Anvil a few times. I can't figure out how it works, so I just have all of my shit in like an entire page in Google Docs.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been using World Anvil. I've been trying. I haven't succeeded yet. I've been trying to use World Anvil to organize all the lore and house locations and everything. And of course, there's that great thing I backed on Kickstarter, the Dungeon Alchemist. Have you ever heard of that thing?
I have not. It sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
Do a look up on Steam when you get a chance for Dungeon Alchemist, and it's
Is it kind of like Tailspire?
It's basically a real-time 3D dungeon creation tool. So,
Interesting.
yeah, actually, let me pull up the store page. I'll send it to you on Discord so you have a chance to look at it.
I already have my Steam up.
Oh, well, I mean, I'll put it to your Discord so that you can look at it later. How about that?
I got it.
Uh,
I see.
oh, did you just pull it up to take a look?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The videos.
It's kind of like Tailspire.
Yeah. I've been considering buying it. It's on my wish list. I would highly recommend it because, I mean, aside from the fact that you can brainstorm, ideas just like you do with D&D Beyond, I mean, a lot of these tools are really good for all kinds of things. But
once D&D began, if D&D Beyond ever forays into making maps and tokens and actually, because I'm not touching one D&D. That just looks like a train wreck.
Yeah. Some of the
they
stuff
have a merger with Roll20 or something, it's game over.
Yeah. But D&D 1, I mean, I've read some of the alterations of the rules. I find it funny that they turned the charge attack into basically the Sharuken from Street Fighter.
Oh God. I have heard of all the changes they made in 1D. No one's happy about them.
That should be their first clue that maybe they need to take this back to board.
Maybe let's not do this. I mean, to be fair, I love D&D, but Wizards has kind of been dropping the ball the last few months.
Yeah. I mean, we all know that Critical Role is one of the reasons why D&D got back into the mainstream. What was it, like 6 years ago now? They've been
2015, something like that.
Yeah, they've been streaming their game since 2015, and I mean,
at the birth of 5th edition.
Yeah,
Critical Role is the reason we have a D&D Renaissance right now.
Yeah, I mean that was like actually the bridge, wasn't it? When they put down Pathfinder and went to 5th edition, they started streaming on Geek and Sundry, right? That was like it was literally at the same time.
Yeah, it was because when they started streaming, they switched from Pathfinder to D&D. I forget the exact reason. I think it was because D&D was a bit more easy to stream or something.
Either that or Matt was able to memorize the rules better.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, kudos to Matt Mercer. I mean, he was able to homebrew a Gunslinger into 5th edition.
Yeah, which is now also available on D&D Beyond, and I love it. I had a Gunslinger.
Yeah, it's a subclass for fighter, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, but I love how everything that used to be like so dorky and would get us ostracized is now everything that everyone is desperate to get into now.
Oh yeah, I fully admit, like back in high school, I was one of those people who would turn my nose at D&D.
Yeah, I tried to get into D&D a couple of times. It's the eternal problem of finding a group where the times align.
Yep.
I got
time scheduling.
Yeah, I got 2 games in before the DM had to quit because of his grades. But yeah. And no one else wanted to do it. Everyone wanted to play the game. No one wanted to be the referee. But
yeah, fair enough. Everyone wants to play. No one wants the DM.
Right.
Because once you start DMing, it's almost impossible to stop.
Yeah. There's a reason why the forever DM is a thing.
Yep. And like the way I've come to understand it is like you get into this mindset of start not trusting other people to run the game the way you like it to be run.
Yeah.
Or that might just be me being a dick.
No, it's a legitimate fear. I mean, people taking over other people's ideas. I mean, look what happened with Halo after Bungie left and 343 took over.
I'm finally fortunate enough to actually be in a ongoing campaign on Sundays. And I'm constantly having to bite my tongue. Like, nope, I'm not the DM here. I'm not the DM. But then my Sunday DM is also fairly new. This is their first foray into being a DM. So I can ask, like, hey, if I'm like making a mistake, like, feel free to poke me on it. So try not to talk about it.
Yeah. But, oh, that's another good thing. Hero Infinity says, like, the other spike in D&D attention went along with Stranger Things.
Yeah, that too.
Would you
Although
call
a lot of the hardcore D&D nerds were pissed at Stranger Things because they random monsters after things.
Oh, well, boo-hoo.
That's not a Demogorgon.
I'm sorry, but boo-hoo on that.
Yeah.
I mean, why are you angry that there's now attention on the thing that you love?
Yeah. But to be fair, I could never get into Stranger Things.
I couldn't get into Stranger Things either. I mean, I watched like the first episode when Eleven was in the restaurant and everything hiding, and it was just like okay, so and I didn't feel any compunction to watch the next episode after that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing that happened with The Walking Dead after the first season.
Never got into The Walking Dead either. It's like I like it. So.
No, I mean the reason I gave The Walking Dead a chance was one, I actually let's see. Who was the author of the original World War Z? I can't remember to save my life.
I don't know.
Max Brooks. Yeah. I've met Max Brooks twice during conventions, and he was all about The Walking Dead, especially after Brad Pitt essentially hijacked the World War Z movie. But yeah, I mean, I read the World War, the Walking Dead comic, and the production value on like the first season of episodes for The Walking Dead was like really good, and it was kind of like after the season finale when I realized that they were going to deviate that hard from the comic books. I was going like, well, I'm less inclined, but I'm still interested, and I got a couple of episodes into season 2, and I'm going like, okay, I've lost the plot. I'm gone.
Kind of pulled a Game of Thrones on that one.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, God. It still boggles my mind that the whole downfall of Game of Thrones came about because the two directors just... I mean, you heard about what happened about this, right?
Nope.
Okay, so they managed to get to the end of Season 6, which was about the end of how far George R.R. Martin had gotten in the books. So
that was like towards the end of the books, right?
Yeah, George R.R. Martin had yet to write book 7 and 8.
Yeah.
So they were left to write the plot for Season 7 and Season 8. And you can really tell the difference because Season 7 just started meandering everywhere. Characters were, forgotten, left behind, killed, introduced. It was a complete mess. But
what is dropping the ball for 500, Alex?
But here's the kicker about this: they bungled Season 7 and rushed Season 8 because they had an agreement to direct a few Star Wars movies. And completing
done over with.
Yeah, and they wanted to get Game of Thrones over with so that they could go ahead and get started on their Star Wars movies. The problem is that they bungled Game of Thrones so badly. Disney
got fired from Star Wars.
They got fired from Star Wars because they screwed up Game of Thrones so bad.
They shot themselves in the foot with a 12 gauge.
Oh yeah, but the best part is the interviews that they did for Season 8, where they were going like, certain characters. Yeah, we admit we forgot about that character, and then they'll go like, what about Daenerys? Oh, well, yeah, okay, we forgot about that. Well, what about this plot line? Yeah, you might think that was important, but we kind of forgot about it. It's like, okay, dude. All right, okay, dude. If you don't care, bring in someone that does, please. Which is why I cannot understand why they greenlit that House of Dragons.
Have you heard like people just saying it's a shot-for-shot remake of the Shrek movies?
The Shrek movies? Oh my God!
People have like looked through it and picked out scenes that are like disturbingly similar to scenes from the Shrek's franchise.
Oh my God!
Hysterical.
Oh my! Please tell me there's a YouTube highlight reel because I need to see that.
There probably is, but like the biggest one was oh, here's a crowd of people gathered for some event. Oh, look, a dragon breaks through the window right in front of them. Shrek, the wedding scene. Crowd of people, dragon through window.
Please tell me it ate a royal.
I don't know. I haven't watched it because I never got into Game of Thrones either. I don't watch a lot of things.
Lord Chaos Nightmare. They didn't shoot their feet with a 12 gauge. They shot their foot with the Doom BFG. Okay, because here's the thing. Not only did they screw themselves, they screwed any potential for that franchise. Because, while they were doing Season 8, there were like all these talks about sequel series, prequel series. Guess what? As soon as Season 8 finished, everyone was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I don't.
So what they did was they shot themselves in the foot and kept firing at the ground until they had a sizable enough grave.
Yes, and then fell forward. That was the post Season 8 interviews where they were like, we don't know, we don't care. Give us our Disney Star Wars check.
There were like 2 memorable scenes from the final season of Game of Thrones for me. One with Daenerys walking forward and Drogon spreading its wings behind her, and then Drogon melting the Iron Throne. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, well, at this point, I don't think anyone cares. How long ago was Season 8? It was like 4 years ago, wasn't it?
Something like that. I was still working retail when Season 8 came out.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the season finale at this point, you weren't going to.
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube for free.
Yeah, you don't even need the HBO extra channel. I mean, not that I would suggest that you attain it by less than honorable means. R. Yo-ho and a bottle of rum. But, give us our Star Wars check.
2019, okay, it was just before the the dark times.
Before the I can't say the word.
Before the Backstreet Boys reunion tour.
Oh God, the gentrification. That must have been what brought it on. But Hero Infinity. Give us the Star Wars check. What do you mean it bounced?
Yes. Well, that was a fun Game of Thrones. We'd like one Star Wars, please.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're completely out of Star Wars.
Can we go back to Game of Thrones?
Oh my God! Can you imagine if they came back to HBO and saying like, hey, we hear you have a new Game of Thrones series. We heard you have a new Game of Thrones series. We have some experience.
Be laughed out of the building.
Oh my God. God. But I mean, all right. Right off the bat, do you think they've been having better luck with Star Wars TV than they have with movies recently?
I'm not certain. I never watched The Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett. I did watch Obi-Wan Kenobi in its entirety, and I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
I adored Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Is there a reason you haven't picked up The Mandalorian, or is it just...
lack of time, lack of interest. I know Baby Yoda's cute. I pretty much had the whole series spoiled for me.
Yeah. But, I've been watching Andor.
I do want to watch Ahsoka, though.
Ahsoka's probably going to be pretty good. I've been watching Andor recently.
What's the anthology series where it's like a bunch of
the Visions?
No, not Visions. I did watch Visions though. Visions was good.
Tales of the Jedi is probably what you're thinking.
Yes,
of.
Tales of the Jedi. Thank you, Tales of the Jedi.
Right.
You know the cool thing about Tales of the Jedi?
Oh.
You know who's voicing Qui-Gon Jinn in Tales of the Jedi?
Please say Liam Neeson.
His son.
Wow.
Or at least he's voicing a young Qui-Gon Jinn. So that is a role that has been passed down like a family heirloom, and I love it.
Oh, that's nice. That's good. I mean, I've been watching Andor recently, and I kind of like it for the same reason I like Rogue One, is that it's not the same old Star Wars story.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, Rogue One was like, honestly, if I was in...
It's a heist movie in space.
It is a heist movie in space.
I saw a TikTok a while ago of like people breaking down why everyone loves like all these spin-offs, but like hate the new trilogy, episodes 7 through 9. It's like
Yeah.
what they're based on at their core. The original trilogy was based on like samurai movies and the hero's journey. The prequel trilogy was a Shakespearean tragedy in 3 acts.
Yeah.
Rogue One, heist movie.
Yeah.
Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett are westerns at their core.
Oh my God.
Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels are like war stories and the horrors of war.
Yeah, it's basically
Prequel
the French
trilogy?
Resistance in World War II. Yeah.
Yeah. Prequel trilogy. Star Wars.
Yeah.
Based on Star Wars.
Yeah. Han Solo, another heist movie. The problem I have with the Han Solo movie is the same reason I have a problem with the X-Men Origins Wolverine movie. We didn't need the mystery to be unveiled.
Yeah, the mystery is what made the character. Also, didn't they kind of work it with like the aging too? Now he's like disturbingly older than Leia.
Which one?
Han Solo.
Yeah, by virtue of the timeline, yeah. I especially like. I mean, what was funny is that I actually saw a YouTube video where they deep faked Harrison Ford onto the actor from Solo in his scenes, and it looked really good.
I remember one of the criticisms when the sequel trilogy was first coming out. Like, why did they cast Adam Driver as Han Solo's son? He looks nothing like him. And then somebody put a picture of current Adam Driver next to young Harrison Ford. They could be brothers.
Yeah. But no, I mean, you've got a point about that, Lord Chaos. Is that not the man babies ruined 8 and 9. It's the fact that because they couldn't stick to an overall trilogy plan, they reacted. That was the problem with 8 and 9. They reacted.
I think what really kind of soured them for a lot of Star Wars fans, myself kind of included. You know who the villains for the sequel trilogy were going to be?
I don't know.
Does the name Darth Talon ring a bell?
Darth Talon. It does ring a bell.
We like Sith Lord.
Oh, he's what?
We like Sith Lord with the red skin and the tattoos.
Oh, he's an old school Sith. Oh.
She.
Oh, she. Oh, wait. Now I know who you're talking about.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, we missed out on Darth Talon and instead got Diet Darth Vader.
I would say Darth Vader 0 more than anything.
Yeah. RC Vader.
Yeah. SodaStream Vader, maybe. But Darth Talon, oh my God, can you imagine? If they could pull that off, imagine all the people that were in that theater just to see her. I mean, let's face it. Yeah.
I also saw someone like make a comment of
Imagine
the horny storm of apocalyptic proportions.
Oh, it's bad.
The original Star Wars trilogy was released today.
Oh my God. Are you
so many people thirsting over Darth Vader and probably shipping him with Luke.
Yeah.
And the reveal happens.
Oh.
The internet goes ballistic.
That would either end it or spur it into the stratosphere, probably.
Yep.
But Lord Chaos Nightmare, Flavor Aid Vader, yeah, probably.
Oh
God. But yeah, I mean, the one thing I liked about Rogue One was the homage to the original trilogy, how it just seamlessly glided in to the original Episode 4.
Yeah.
You know how they basically actually used the cockpit footage from Episode 4 for some of the characters in that Starfighter scene. I just was I was geeking out on Cloud 9 when Gold Leader and Red Leader were right there. Oh, Wedge Antilles. Apparently, Wedge Antilles, actor, recorded original dialogue so that his character could be heard in the battle as well.
I need to go back and watch it then.
Yeah. But, Star Wars. The War Done Star. But, I mean, the spot between the end of Return of the Jedi and the beginning of the new trilogy seems to be where they're focusing almost all their stories, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's an interesting point in Star Wars history.
Yeah. Oh, if Fallout isn't happening tonight, I know what I'm watching. Yeah, Lord Chaos and I play Fallout 76. That's what he's talking about there. So,
Hey,
hey,
has Fallout 76 gotten better, or is it still a train wreck that it was on launch?
uh, it's been 6 years. They've fixed almost everything. There's always the lag switching from MMOs, but
Did they No Man's Sky it successfully?
I wouldn't say they achieved that level of redemption. It's a game now. It's not a meme and it's not a joke. It's a game now. So,
Fair enough. I might look
how
into it.
about that Andor though? I'm actually enjoying Andor a lot. Like I said, I'm enjoying Andor for the same reason I enjoyed Rogue One, in that it's not the typical Star Wars.
Isn't Andor the forest moon with the?
That's Endor.
Right, thank you.
Andor is Diego Luna's character from Rogue One. They're going over his origin story, which is honestly a little bit better than I thought it was going to be. He's basically Han Solo, but with an even bigger chip on his shoulder.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, no. And
Does he have his emotional support Wookiee?
no, he doesn't have his emotional support Wookiee, but he basically has R2 if he was a shipping box instead of a trash can. No, the droid that they have for him in his room in there is very Wally from
No.
yeah,
From Wally.
from Wally. Yes, one of the best ones is when he was trying to. This is a droid that talks, where he basically he says to the droid, "Hey, I'm going to need something from you. I can help. I need you to not tell anyone I was here." And do something. And he goes like, that's 2 lies. As he puts his head down, going like, I can't lie more than once.
Oh, wholesome robot they're probably going to kill off.
Also, a funny thing, I follow a reviewer who has been getting angry emails from a loser for the past 3 years about Star Wars, and his responses on Twitter are funny. Well, honestly, roasting people who have taken time out of their day. Anyone who who has the time to roast someone who took time out of their day to try to make other people upset about something that they like probably deserved the roasting. Let's face facts here.
It's always fun to roast the comic book guy from The Simpsons.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I didn't even know about this one. Okay, it's B2EMO, as in B2 emo. That's the name of the droid. Looks like a Dalek fused with a red accordion. It's true. It's true.
Wow.
He has a charging station like Baymax from Big Hero 6 too.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Speaking of Daleks, how about that Doctor Who shenanigans?
Oh. No, I look. I stopped watching Doctor Who halfway through the season after Peter Capaldi left. I couldn't get into the new Doctor for some reason. And it wasn't her fault, because she kind of established herself as a Doctor in the first episode. I was all for it, but for some reason the stories just didn't click for this character.
I have yet to watch a single episode of Doctor Who. The community does not help.
No. If you want to, we can arrange a watch along for some of the better episodes of Doctor Who. We could probably arrange that, so I can ease you into it.
Hey, my whole thing is like the pushier a fan base is for you to watch their selected media, the more I push back against watching it.
Oh yeah, if they have to strap you into a chair like they did in Clockwork Orange and say it gets better in the second season, you've already lost.
Yep. People told me for years like, oh, you need to watch Rick and Morty. I watched 1 episode. I was bored.
Yeah.
It was not funny.
Well,
I was like, well, which episode did you watch? Tell them the episode. Oh, that's one of the weaker ones. Great.
It's funny because I said that and I kept changing the episode. They kept saying it was the weaker ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, oh, it was the one where the squirrels were sentient. Oh, that's one of the weaker ones. It was one where he had a hive
It's the
mind
one that
girl.
had where are my testicles, Summer? Oh, that's one of the weaker ones.
I,
Ha!
I watched.
Gotcha!
I watched the one with the hive mind girlfriend. Oh yeah, that was one of the weaker ones. It's like, no, 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 no,
It
no.
was the one with the Captain Planet ripoff.
Oh God.
Then again, I'm also one of the kids who grew up laughing their ass off at Family Guy.
Well, let's face it, Family Guy is the same level of humor, but it isn't pretentious.
Yeah, Family Guy knows what it is.
Yeah. I've always said this, there has been no bad actor for the Doctor.
Wasn't one of the actors a dick?
Well, yeah. I believe that was the fifth Doctor? Was it the fifth Doctor?
That was one of the more recent ones. The one, I think, before David Tennant.
Oh, no. 9 wasn't a dick. What was happening is that he was a fan of the classic Doctor Who, and they were taking it in a new direction. And he, instead of bad-mouthing the series, he just bowed out and let a new actor take over.
Okay, so he didn't go full Alan McInnes.
No, he didn't. No. He didn't want to burn the house down. He just didn't want to live in it anymore.
Fair enough. Pretty much went, fuck this shit, I'm out.
which is a life hack motto.
Yeah. It's a fucking adjustment.
Yeah. No, that's the universal law of any science fiction series. You need at least 2 seasons before it starts to get good. Because the first one, they're basically throwing everything at the wall to figure out what their flavor is. The second season is when they start developing their characters, and that's when things start to pick up. The only exception to that one would probably be Babylon 5.
What's Babylon 5?
Babylon 5 was a sci-fi series that was born in the 90s by Michael J. Straczynski. He basically wrote all 5 seasons as one continuous story. So he already had the flavor, he already had the characters. So no, I mean, they've talked about redoing it a few times. If you ever get the chance, go ahead and look it up. It's actually a really good series. Highly recommend it. It's basically Deep Space Nine, but with nothing but ongoing story arcs.
Interesting.
But what's your favorite sci-fi show?
I don't know, actually.
Oh, is it literally whatever's on?
Yeah, I've never been a big sci-fi nerd aside from like Star Wars. I never got into Star Trek. Battlestar Galactica was never it with me. Firefly, nope.
All right.
Yeah, never been a big
Well,
sci-fi nerd.
But I'm guessing you're a fantasy nerd. Probably. I would imagine.
Not in the classical sense either. I've never seen the original Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh. Have you been watching Vox Machina by any chance?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the new season starts in January, too. That's going to be awesome.
Yes, and they got a season 3!
Yes, I know. I love
honestly,
this. Yeah.
My one gripe about Vox Machina, I know why they did it. I know all the reasons behind it. I still miss Tiberius. He was funny.
Yeah. The list of reasons why Tiberius has been essentially
excommunicated.
Yeah. But
He's been Thanos snapped. I understand the reasons. I fully understand it. I respect it. I like the character. He was funny.
Tiberius is taboo. Well, Tiberius is also copyright. Let's also not forget that. Let's also not forget about that.
That too.
But Tiberius. Do we broach this subject or do we skip?
How about those Mets?
Okay. Let's see. Have you seen the Power of the Ring TV series that they've been doing?
No, again, never really been big into Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. No, it's my wife has been watching that TV series, and she's been. It's a bad sign when the first thing that she talks about is nitpicking the design of the characters.
Oh God.
Because if she's been pulled out that easily, that tells me that they have not established themselves. Because if a good series, you can basically forgive any tiny details that they get wrong. If you're complaining about the tiny details, it's because they've lost you.
Yeah. Then I've also heard people singing his praises too. So.
Oh no. There are certain parts that they did really well, like set design. They did really well. The CG that I've seen so far has been really good, but character design has been an absolute train wreck. I say I talk about classical elves.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think of someone with short curly hair?
No.
There you go. Oh yeah, Galadriel was basically turned into Captain Marvel, and I could go on and on about how they screwed up the armor. Elven armor is basically supposed to be focused on regality,
Yeah, it's
movement.
elegant.
It's supposed to be elegant. Basically, the best way to describe it would be like, do you remember the armor, the bat suit from the second and third Christopher Nolan Batman movies, where it was basically like a mesh, where they so that he was able to move really well, but it had like plates on it to knock off things, heavier stuff.
Vaguely, is it as bad as bat nipples?
No. It was never nearly as bad as bat nipples. But the idea was basically you have like, kind of a chainmail with, segmented Lorica armor so that you could have maximum movement. Like, not being where the blow is going to be was your best armor. But just in case they got like a glancing blow, you could take it. Yeah. The elves in this show have full plate. Full plate.
That's not Elven.
That's not Elven. Not only that, but it's like...
I mean, if it's in an Elven style, it could work, but...
No, this is stuff that you would assume was originally designed for the characters that were going to be from Gondor. The pin-locking plate armor.
That's not Elven.
That's not Elven at all. Not only that, but they have regular straight swords. Like,
that's not Elven either.
No.
They got curved swords like those warriors from Hammerfell strutting about.
Yeah, exactly. Not to mention their weapons. Got them.
Touche.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the kind of stuff.
Wasn't there also like one like fight scene in the show that was like straight out of an anime? Anime levels of fuckery.
Oh yeah, no. It was basically elves in full plate mail fighting orcs, where they zoom in on the hero. He takes off his helmet, he screams, and then it pans out, and the next thing you know, it's a giant pile of plate mail helmets that from a distance look like skulls. So it kind of, and he was like, okay, that's all right. You lost me. I'm done. And they were trying to make it this whole mystery. It's like, which of these characters is actually Sauron? I'm going like, at this point I don't care. At this point I don't care.
Oh, fantasy.
Oh no, young Elrond is my wife's biggest sticking point because of the curly hair. Elrond had long, flowy hair. He was basically played by Hugo Weaving. You remember the character from The Matrix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. What's his name?
Yeah, he looked elven. He didn't even need makeup, and he looked elven. Kind of like how, who played Green Goblin in the Spider-Man movies?
Oh, Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. How Willem Dafoe can look like a goblin without makeup.
Yeah.
Hugo Weaving can look like an elf without any makeup. So.
You know what other actors can look elven without any makeup?
Who?
Mads Mikkelsen and, ironically enough, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah. Especially Cumberfluff.
Yeah. Bend the knee,
like his
bend the knee,
like,
Cumberbund. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Bandicoot Cucumberbatch.
Wasn't Sauron the character that looks like Eminem? No, that was another bait and switch. No, they did Elrond. They did Elrond dirty in the design for this show. They did him dirty.
What can you do?
Not watch, which is what I'm doing.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they're mostly obsessed with the numbers. If the numbers don't come in, they, the thing about it is that they're so desperate to have. Amazon is so desperate to have their version of, Game of Thrones that they accidentally shot right to season 8 of Game of Thrones. So,
Wah.
wow. Yeah. No, I mean.
But hey, if they start with the show in pieces, it's easier to build it back up.
Yeah. I mean, just ask the people who make the Halo television show. That was just...
Halo television show?
Oh, my sweet summer child. No, the Halo...
Well, I've never been a Halo fan.
Well...
Played Region, that was it.
Now's not the time to start. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Something, Master Chief takes his helmet off, something,
No. Something, Master Chief strips naked and shows off his butt. There's a reason why... There's a reason why Master Cheeks is a joke.
I thought the fans would love Master Chief, but...
Amazon, look at Lord Chaos Nightmare. You will watch Lord of the Rings of Power or else. No, I mean, for God's sakes. I mean, I want to see the numbers between those who have organically been watching Vox Machina versus those who have been organically watching Rings of Power. I will guarantee you the disparity is extreme.
Have you finally been able to watch Edge Runners?
Oh, I've been wanting to watch that. I haven't even gotten a chance to watch Arcadia yet. Arcane, yeah. I'm so angry with myself. I mean, the thing about it is...
Arcane is great for Edge Runners. Prepare to cry.
Oh, no.
You will cry.
Is this one of those none of the main characters make it things?
It builds you up to break you down in the most beautiful way.
Okay, so
most heartbreaking way.
Okay, so this is going to be feels crying, not frustration crying.
Yeah.
Okay. That I can deal with.
It is feelsy.
Ooh.
It hits hard, and it's so beautiful.
Oh. Okay.
I'm angry at one particular death, but the rest is like, oh, my heart, my soul.
Oh. Well, that's something to look forward to. I guess is the best. I guess that's one way to say it. But yeah. Man, we've been going at this for like almost over an hour now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk shows.
Yeah, it's how talk shows work.
Also, Arcane is just good. It's just good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even play League of Legends. I only know the characters.
You don't have to. I would recommend not doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I know that it takes place a year before the game. Okay, so it's essentially Cyberpunk 2076.
Pretty much, yeah.
Persona Hydrate. Yes, indeed.
Like, the fun thing with Edge Runners is, you can, like, just watch it and go, like, hey, I know where that is. 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 And then you go to those locations in-game, it's like, my heart.
Yeah.
So hard.
Also, wasn't there, like, one thing in the Halo show that was accurate? Weapon designs. That was about it.
They have the energy sword?
Yeah, they had the energy sword. It was
Did it look cool?
I mean, the way I could best describe it is, imagine if they originally wrote a CW drama, but then decided to cosplay as Halo.
Okay.
So...
I don't watch a lot of TV.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's basically like a teenage soap opera stuff. So, but why play League when you could be happy? Jeez.
I mean, so Riot with League of Legends and Runeterra and everything, it is a phenomenal, wonderful, and beautiful IP. The game League of Legends is a steaming pile of radioactive dog shit. Everything else they've made is great. They have novels, they're great. The characters, they're great. The artwork, the storytelling, it's all great. The game itself, terrible. Purely because of the toxic community.
Wow. Okay,
Yep.
so it's not even the designer's fault, it's the community?
No, it's all the community. The community is just so toxic and gatekeepy. That's all it is. If it wasn't for that, it would be on the same level as World of Warcraft, give or take. But
Wow.
they are coming out with their own MMO, so who knows?
Yikes.
I mean, yeah, sure. Riot has its problems. Name one game studio that doesn't have problems. I'll wait.
I don't know, the ones that are closed? Their problems are over.
Yeah, because they get bought by the ones that have problems.
Yeah.
They make problems.
Who's ready for me to be a problem?
Aha! You have bought our company. Now it is your problem. Toodles.
All communities are toxic, unfortunately.
Yeah, IPs are great. Communities ruin everything.
Yeah. No. Yeah, this place is great except for the people that live in it.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, there have been people who have been turned off of D&D purely because of Critical Role fans.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's like, you don't watch Critical Role. Why are you even playing this game? Like,
You see, I've run into people who apparently think that Matt Mercer has been the biggest negative effect on D&D because people now go into these games with expectations.
I mean, I can understand where that comes from. Like, people go in like they're expecting like this big, grandiose, like stage play level campaign, not just you walk into the bar. What do you see?
Yeah.
To that, I can understand why people kind of have a negative interpretation of Mercer.
Yeah. The Matt Mercer effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
to me, the Matt Mercer effect is wanting to share a beautiful and great story with your friends.
Oh yeah, and trying to avoid the pitfalls of becoming the forever DM.
No one can avoid them. The DM chair is comfy.
No.
And it's so satisfying making your players curse, scream, and cry.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes all in the same session.
Yeah. Well.
Brother Grimm, you can be DM. I believe in you.
Oh yeah. No. I mean, Joecat did one where talking about everyone needs to at least be the DM at least once. So yep. I mean, even the
and again, he also brought up a good point. Is Crap Guide to D&D Dungeon Master videos, like it can be scary to be a DM. It can be scary because like you want to make like this fun, epic adventure for your friends that you remember for years to come. And even me, like I have been a DM for 5 years. To this day, every session starts, I have a mini panic attack of like I am so horrified of messing this up.
Yeah. But I mean, ultimately, the thing about it is that you're basically there as a referee. You're not there necessarily as
as a DM. You do not control the story. You control the world. The players can control where the story goes.
Yeah.
As a DM, it's your job just to sit back and tell the players what happens when they decide to punch a guard in the nads.
Yeah. I mean, that's why it's always helpful. I mean, Matt Mercer himself had like a, make sure that you have a sheet with extra names on it. Have like, the most used spells as, stick-it notes. And, just have fun. Just be ready to
pull sticky note of all your players' passive perceptions.
Yeah. And make sure that you're ready to do whatever it takes when stuff inevitably flies out of your ass.
My favorite example for what it's like to be a DM is what I call the cheese festival example.
Oh, really?
Yep. So, the party you DM for has been staying up in this little farming village, keeping it safe from bandits. And they know that there's a big bandit camp like half a day away into the woods beyond that ridge that looks like a skull. Like, all right, we need to fortify this town. We need to defend it because these bandits are on the rise. And then the rogue and the bar decide they want to check out the cheese festival in the next town over. And the party goes into full 12 angry men mode, and they all decide, fuck it, we're going to the cheese festival. The town will be fine for a day.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, you can have your fun cheese festival.
Yeah.
While the town you've been defending is left defenseless. What's going to happen when you get back, party?
Yeah. I hope
Or better yet, maybe they find some of the bandits at the cheese festival and have their look of, oh fuck, we forgot to do something.
or the ultimate twist would of course be that the bandits ran into the town with the cheese festival on their way to the attack and said, you know what, I'm enjoying the cheese festival. Let's
Yep,
not.
they all decided, fucking, yeah, we could raid, but come on, there's cheese.
It's cheese.
Cheese for everyone.
Cheese. Okay, Shia
That's another goal. I want to put Shia Gorath in my campaign as an NPC at some point, just as an homage.
I still find it funny. You remember how the whole thing with Shia Gorath between Elder Scrolls 4 and 5, right?
Yep.
Yeah, how the Shia Gorath we run into...
He's you!
He's you! In 5, the Shia Gorath you run into is actually your player character
in Oblivion.
From Oblivion.
Because whoever gets that staff, you become the new Shia Gorath, as the old Shia Gorath becomes Jigalag.
Yes, indeed.
Elder Scrolls is fun.
I'm really hoping that Elder Scrolls 6 is...
good.
Everyone is worried about what happened with Fallout 76, but the thing about the thing about it is that the whole reason that Bethesda made Fallout 76 is because each of their games takes like 4, 5, 6, 7 years to make.
Yeah.
And in order to keep making those games, they need to have funding.
Yeah.
And they can't.
I think what they wanted to do with 76 was they kind of wanted to pull the Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. They wanted to create something that was interesting, that would be a steady source of income that could fund things like the Elder Scrolls 6 or Fallout 5 or Starfield. I mean, Starfield's the thing that everyone's kind of wondering about. Is they're thinking like, it's a hybrid of, No Man's Sky and Fallout. So, which wouldn't be bad. Let's face facts. That wouldn't be bad.
Interesting present.
That wouldn't be. It's basically Star Citizen, except actually done. But. Yeah.
I would honestly love, like, at this point, I don't care if we get an Elder Scrolls 6. I want them to remake Oblivion with Skyrim's engine, but update it.
What I would
in terms of like story and stuff, Oblivion blows Skyrim out of the water. Skyrim's just better mechanically.
Yeah. What I would like to see happen would be like, the ultimate hybrid if they combined Oblivion and Skyrim, so that you had Oblivion with the Skyrim engine, but you could go from from the capital from Cyrodiil all the way into Skyrim and back, because there are those places in Skyrim where you can actually get to as far south as you can, and you can actually see the gold tower in the background.
Yeah.
In the in the draw distance. And I'm just thinking to myself,
the Red Mountain in Morrowind too.
Yeah. Especially in the
Solstheim.
The Solstheim expansion.
Yeah, because it's right there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know exactly how much of Morrowind is left, because supposedly the mountain has exploded, but,
Yeah, I think it's mostly the, it's just the shape now. There's no longer that center island.
Yeah. Starfield would make an absolute killing if they were able to use Star Wars ship designs. Let the modding community take care of that in a couple of years.
Couple of years? You underestimate the modding community.
No, I meant like, production level, not like the hack imports from like Battlefield or anything like that.
Fair.
But, yeah, I think we've, I can't think of anything else off the top of my head I was thinking about talking about. You got anything on?
What'd you have for lunch today?
What did I have for lunch today? I actually had Geodon. I don't know if you ever heard of this. It's basically a Filipino. No, it's not. It's not duck. It's Filipino.
Penis lamb?
No. It's actually it's actually a Filipino sautéed beef. Oh yeah. They basically either take the stuff that you would use to make a steak and cheese sandwich, or like really thinly sliced ribeye, and you basically slow cook it in vinegar, soy sauce, and brown sugar, and onions, and garlic, and you top it on top of rice. It's the best.
I am now hungry.
Well, hey. Let's see. And, yeah, what did you have for lunch today?
Sushi.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, girlfriend and I went to a rotating sushi bar. Revolving sushi bar.
Oh, those are great. We actually have one of those just outside of Seattle. It's yeah, the conveyor belt. If you don't know what we're talking about, go ahead and do a Google search for conveyor belt sushi restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The one we went to actually had Menchie ice cream on their belt as well. That was really good.
We've so far been to two. One we actually stumbled across by accident because we had to make an emergency trip up to Houston for pet emergencies. And literally in the same plaza as the animal hospital, the same little strip, is a revolving sushi bar.
Wait, right next to the pet hospital?
Yep.
Wouldn't that be like having a discount sushi restaurant next to the city aquarium?
Oh no, that's not the worst part. That's not the worst one. There is much closer. It's not 2 hours away. Thank God. Is a veterinary clinic right smack between a Chinese buffet and a Chinese restaurant.
Oh wow.
Yep. I want to know which one was there first. Was the veterinary hospital there, and the other two just showed up like vultures, or was it just piss poor planning on the veterinary?
Either that, or they didn't really think it through.
Yeah. The way it's still something to just chunk out like stereotypes.
Oh no. Jeez. That had to be pretty awkward at some point.
Yep. You just stand back and look at it and go, huh.
Do they know?
I'm pretty sure someone's brought it to their attention.
Jeez.
Someone has to.
But yeah, I'm what are you feeling like right now? I think we kind of might be ready for a wrap up on this. What do you think? Yeah, I've been. It's been nice just to sit back and relax and not have to split my attention between fragging and talking. So,
Yeah.
But you got anything big coming up soon?
Yes, actually. November 4th, I am having baby's first subathon.
Oh.
Because it's my birthday.
Hey.
I'm gonna be old.
Oh, that's gonna be so the 4th is on a Friday, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. So it's gonna be next Friday. Are you gonna be doing a 24-hour or just so long as?
Just a short little subathon.
Yeah.
Maybe 12-hour if I'm feeling it. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just gonna play it by ear.
That's the best kind of way to do it, honestly.
Yeah, I got some fun, crazy goals. There could be pilk. There could be beans. It all depends.
Pilk? Jeez.
Yeah.
Slightly dangerous there, my friend.
I am a shark. We eat license plates.
That's true.
But I hate beans. The beans are what I'm dreading.
Oh, the beans.
It's set up to be a you laugh, you lose.
All right. Yeah. But you're going to be streaming before that, obviously. When's your?
I'm probably going to stream. I'm going to try and stream tomorrow. I'm going to do some more art, maybe some animation or commission work, and then Fridays I typically do gaming.
What's your big go-to game right now?
I originally planned to do spooky games all throughout October. That kind of fell to pieces because the original game I had slated was Amnesia: The Dark Descent, which gave me terrible, terrible motion sickness, and I was out of commission for a day and a half.
Wow. It literally messed with the perception.
Yeah. That game loves to fuck with your eyes. Then it was, the next time was I did some Phasmo and Dead by Daylight with some friends. And then the very next gaming stream, I cracked and installed Overwatch 2 because I liked Overwatch 1 so much. I have fond memories of that game.
No, it's perfectly fine to play Overwatch so long as you get through the lobby and you don't give them any money in the microtransaction store.
Nope. They have not gotten... I think, like... Yeah, they haven't gotten a penny from me.
Good. The only...
Not a single penny.
Yeah, the only reason they keep doing it is because people keep paying. You can send as many angry emails as you want. Your wallet speaks more.
Yep. And apparently the PvE thing they promised with the skill trees and stuff is slated for next year.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. So at least it's something that tied the fans over.
Well,
we got Junker Queen and Kiriko.
Junker Queen apparently is bae for a lot of people.
Yes. Ever wonder where all the abs went on Farrah's lifeguard skin?
Oh, that's
Junker Queen stole them.
Straight up jacked the abs? Wow.
I'm not even kidding. They are clearly rendered and sculpted into that model. It's not a texture, it is sculpted on.
A little too emphasized.
Oh no, it's perfect. It's beautiful.
Excellent.
Like when you get a second, Google it. It is beautiful.
Well, I'm gonna be doing that as soon as we're done with this. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and choose who we're going to go visit. Do you have a friend who's online that we can go and visit?
We got Poppy's always a good choice, but do you know Isabella Ooze?
I think I've run across her a couple of times. You recommended her before, haven't you?
I think so. She recently actually lost like all of her stuff and is having to rebuild herself from the ground up.
Oh, really? Is she on right now?
Yep, she's on right now doing some art.
All right. What's her name again?
Isabella Ooze.
Would you mind typing that in the chat so I can actually just copy paste because I'm kind of useless. Yeah. I can't spell.
I get it. What is spelling? There you go. Isabella Ooze.
Okay. Copy and.
Forewarned, there is much of it. It is very shiny.
Okay, Isabel Ooze. Oh wow. Mm-hmm. That's a nice dress. So no 76. No, I'm coming on in just a moment. I just need to close this up. I'll be joining you in a second, Lord. Don't worry.
So no head?
No head? Jesus. God damn. God.
I regret nothing.
You got me. But you know who's going to be getting our crowd is going to be Isabel Ooze. So let us go ahead and proceed with a raid on that. To all of you joining in on this talk show for its very first episode, thank you for dealing with the professional levels of scuff. HammerTheShark, thank you so much for agreeing to this.
Of course.
And you have anything to say to the community?
Beans.
And for me to you, do what's right because it's right, and be good to each other. And away we go. Yeet! We have yeeted into her stream.
Excellent. That was fun.
Lazgar
Thank you for this.
Lockman raided with viewers.
Jesus Christ. What's up, Lazgar? Hi, Hammer.
All my mommy is now following.
She seems fun.
Yeah, she cool.
Alright.
Lazgar underscore Lockman is now following.
Thank you.
Okay.
Like she rendered all that herself.
Wow. It's not a lot of people who could do leather, and she did liquid leather. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, her rendering skills are amazing.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and get set up for the next one. But yeah, thank you so much for agreeing to be the crash test dummy for this.
Of course.
All
I'm
right.
adorable.
Hopefully we could do something else again sometime.
Yeah.
All right. I'm good.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice. Okay, so I need to know You're green, and I couldn't quite make out if you had pointy ears or not. Are you an orc blacksmith? I'm guessing blacksmith because the transition was an anvil. Thank you for the raid.